So we're still out here at the eTrailer Tow Week show, and this is essentially an opportunity for eTrailer employees to get firsthand knowledge from the product manufacturers on the stuff that they carry and talk to you about. So whenever you call in, because of shows like this gives opportunities for like CURT to educate folks for eTrailer on how to, talk about some of the technical aspects of their products, as well as educate folks on what the best product for them may be. So today's going to be an interesting one. We're out at the CURT display. So this is going to be really cool for a couple of reasons, mainly because CURT has introduced a lot of really cool new innovative products on the market, and they've had products that have been out for a long time that you just may not have known about. So with me, I have Keith with CURT. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic, and yourself?
I'm doing very well.
Excellent.
He's going to give me a guided tour through all the different things they have on display and talk about some of the benefits and what they can do for you. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, Keith, take it away. Let's go through all of this stuff real quick and kind of showcase what it's about, what they're designed to do, and the benefits that this can provide folks looking to tow safer.
Okay, so let's start out here. What you see in front of me is our rocker ball, and it's sitting on top of our double lock EZR gooseneck hitch. This is the center section of the body. One thing that's unique about it is we use 5/8 safety chain loops for better fitment as far as the chain goes and more security. We use a nice solid durable handle, as well as having a double pin locking system on the ball that sits in the unit. What you're seeing on top here is our rocker ball. This is brand new into the market, and this is basically using what we call shock drop technology. The shock drop technology takes the rigidness out of the towing. This actually helps with the comfort of the ride. It helps ease on the equipment as far as your tow vehicle, as far as the transmission and how everything operates. It's most of all the comfort of the ride as well. What's really unique about this particular model is this will fit 3 different style hitches, one of them being our double lock EZR, our previous model, which is our double lock, and then we also fit our competitor's product, BMW.
Real quick, one question I have.
Okay.
Will this, or do you have a version of this that will fit the OEM puck systems, the gooseneck drop-in systems for Ford, GM, and Ram?
I understand that's in the works and design,
okay.
So I'm sure we will start seeing something coming out the pipeline, but the first version introduction, of course, will be for our mainstay product, and which is the biggest volume of gooseneck applications in the industry. Over here, let's start out with Secure Latch. Something that's really unique about Secure Latch is we wanted to come up with a product that was very simplistic, but on the same term, making it a quiet unit as well. So when this unit is sitting here like this, what happens is the lunette eye drops in, and it actually drops below the ball level. It gives it a tighter tolerance across the base of it, which eliminates a little bit of the slop in there, but still giving you the articulation. It automatically goes into a lock position, and then we give you a set pin, of course, to go ahead and make that safety connection. Disconnecting it's just as easy. Comes in, flip the handle forward, it unloads. The other unique thing that we've done is we've given you safety chain holders, and we also have those optional for any other style hitch that you've got. That gives you, a place to go ahead and hang your safety chains to eliminate the slack or eliminate them from dragging on the tow vehicle. Moving on to the Rebellion XD. This is our shock drop technology. So basically what this particular unit does is there again, like the rocker ball, it breaks the connection between the tow vehicle and the trailer to give it a nice, soft, comfortable ride. There again, taking the fatigue off the hitch and the tow vehicle as well. This particular unit that we're looking at gives you the 2-inch ball, 2 5/16 ball, and it sits on a 2-inch shank. It also gives you 15,000 pounds of rating with a 2-inch shank, and then we also have a 2.5-inch available that will give you up to a 20,000 pound rating.
Okay.
So this is where we came into our lightweight rocker ball system. This is available in the rocker ball by itself, or we do have it in kits available as well. I believe this is done in a 2-inch and a 4-inch drop. So this kind of gives the lightweight user a little bit more convenience as far as getting the shock drop technology for the comfort of the ride as well.
Very cool.
So getting to the Secure Latch, we also have a nice adjustable system. So what we've wanted to do is we wanted to eliminate the limitations of not being able to set your height properly by using factory holes that are preset. This gives you the ability to make your adjustment up and down so that you get your toe setting where all the vehicles are level, and giving you perfect settings that you need. This one has a 20,000 pound rating with a 2.5-inch shank. And there again, when you look at the 2-inch shank, it's probably in the 15,000 pound range. What you see next to it is our adjustable style. There again, secure lock, very simplistic, quick, easy load. And then of course we have a very unique feature with the lunette eye. So when you look at the lunette eye, what's really cool about this particular model is, if you notice this little tab in the center, kind of in the way, you can't really hook it up, can you? Well, with a lock on it, nobody else can either. So it's a really unique
theft
feature.
Prevention built in.
Exactly. So what's really nice about it, you pull it over, tuck it out of the way, you can still put your lock on it to maintain the pin in place and be able to tow with your apparatus. When it comes off, take your lock off, rotate it over, drop it into place, put your lock back on.
That is super cool.
Yes.
Now, could you drop that pin tool over that just so people can kind of see?
Yeah, sure can. So let me move the safety out of the way. And this is basically going to come down, it's going to drop, and it's going to lock into place. And then you set your safety pin on it.
As simple as it sounds, this one is just a garage wall.
It's that simple. Disconnect it, lift up. When it's on level ground, it's easier.
Oh yeah.
Lift up and then pull it out of place. Now here's a very unique product that we just hit the market on, and Matt had his hand on it, and I'm going to snag it for him real quick. So this particular unit is very cool. Kind of looks strange. Kind of looks like a ball mount. This is actually designed for a wall mount in your garage.
Oh, so you can put your stuff away and put it up and not
exactly.
Have it
So mount
leaning.
this. You can put your bike rack in here. You can put your cargo carrier in here. If you have a ball mount, you can drop your ball mount in. You can mount it sideways. So anything that has a 2-inch mount, this is a very unique feature. Set it on your garage wall. Mount your product onto it, up and out of the way, and you're good to go.
So another alternative use for this is something I did. I actually have a lowboy trailer that it's about a 3.5-foot step up to get onto the deck, and I took a little receiver like this, but it was actually from CURT, and it was designed to mount to the back of a Mercedes ML to give it a receiver.
Right. Because
it had flat holes like this. I was looking for this exact item so I could put a step on the side of my trailer to step onto it. And this has a 350 pound rating on it. So
you could actually do that as well.
You could do that. You could mount this to the side of like an RV frame. So Jayco now has this cool little hitch that they mount to the side of some of their frames to where you can plug in like a little table or something else outside, maybe a utility basket. You could mount this. This is basically, I know you call it a wall mount, but this is like a universal 2-inch receiver mount.
Exactly.
And it's lightweight. I mean,
yes,
they skeletonized it in a way that makes it very lightweight, but still gives you 300 pounds worth of capacity.
Correct.
That is super, super cool.
And we give you all the mounting hardware for being able to attach it to a stud, and this does not go to just the sheetrock. You have to make sure it gets mounted into a stud to carry the capacity for the weight of your utility that you're going to put on it.
Oh, that is absolutely
very
awesome.
cool. All right, so these are our new quick pin couplers. These are really cool. You're going to get them basically in a standard or an A-frame style. I want you to notice it has a safety chain loop and a pin on it. So let me pull this pin for you. Let me pull this out. You're not going to lose your pin or your clip. Now, when I say it's a quick, there's nothing in there.
That is super, super
cool. No
cool.
hardware to worry about, no hardware to wear out, no hardware to replace. Simply once your ball drops in, the pin comes in and locks the ball into place.
Why hasn't this technology been out like 20 years ago? This seems simpler than everything else that's out on the market right now. That is super cool. So when you look at this at first, you walk up and you're like, oh, it's just an A-frame coupler. But then you realize there's no latch.
Exactly.
They use a pin instead.
Exactly.
Which is kind of funny, because if you think about any normal coupler that you have to pull this up, what do you have to do the minute you latch this down over your ball?
You have to lock it, exactly. You have to lock it back down, you have to put a pin in it. So,
but this has, that's brilliant. It's so simple too.
And that's what's really unique about CURT manufacturing is we are trying to bring innovative products to the market. We're trying to bring innovative products on a weekly, a monthly basis. And you see that within our total product line of what we're doing with our products. Something like this, so basic, because when an original design is made, everybody doesn't think out of the side of the box. They just try to collect the information and build something that looks the same. Now our teams think outside of the box and come up with really unique stuff. Something as basic as this could have been the original design, but Nobody's done it until now,
nobody did
so
it.
here we are.
That is absolutely awesome.
The other thing that's really unique is our reducers. So
Yep.
one thing that we looked at in the industry is how can we produce a reducer that helps eliminate noise, but also makes it easy for the consumer to be able to set the pin. One of the biggest challenges on the reducer bushings in the industry is they don't put the swedge marks in them. So with our particular units, when you push this in, this roughs right up to the collar and gives you almost perfect pin alignment to be able to set this up. With our other products on the market, they don't have the swedging, so it allows that to float back and forth. When that floats back and forth, if you're using a 3-inch to a 2.5 inch, you've got a double reducer and you're putting a ball mount, it's almost impossible to get that ball pin line up. So it's a pain. So with ours, you can actually just slide the reducers in, and if you'll notice, the pin hole's almost perfectly lined up. When you set your ball mount, it's going to make it a lot easier. So it's a swedge unit. It also helps keep it contained if you're taking it out and doing storage. Now we also have the 2.5 inch to 2 inch available separately, as well as a 3-inch to the 2-inch in a package unit.
Very nice. Again, simplicity.
Exactly. So we also wanted to bring to the market our aluminum ball mounts. So these carry 800-pound tongue weight, 8,000 pounds towing overall, available in a few different sizes, very lightweight.
Yeah, so I was about to say, this right here is steel.
Yes.
It's got a lot of weight to it. This thing probably weighs 7 to 10 pounds, I'm guessing.
Probably close to that, yes.
Yeah, 7,500 pound, 750. Their aluminum version, which
about 3 pounds.
Yeah, weighs like maybe 3 pounds. I mean, this thing's super lightweight.
If you're lucky, 3 pounds. You got to throw the ball on it, so give it 3 pounds.
That's true. But I thought that this would be like 6,000 pounds.
Yeah, no, we try to.
Pound.
Yeah, our designs, we try to get to heavier ratings, and we use quality materials so that we're able to achieve higher ratings. Because with aluminum, you do run into the challenges of different qualities of aluminum, different structures, and we always try to use the best product to get the highest towing capacities for our consumers.
That is pretty too.
It is.
Yeah, that's like a piece of jewelry.
Exactly. These are our forged ball mounts. Very unique. So we carry these in a 2-inch, 2.5 inch. When you get to the 2.5 inch, 2-inch drop, 4-inch drop, you're looking at 20,000 pounds. So a good working capacity, not just a pretty ball mount, but a functional ball mount as well.
You got your tri-ball over here.
And then we got our tri-ball over here for the consumer that has multiple trailers, or the farmer. It gives you 1 7/8, 2-inch and 2 5/16. And this will also give you the ratings. If you take a look at it, 2 5/16 is going to give you up to a 10,000 pound rating, and that's even on a hollow shank system. When you look at the solid shanks that we have to offer, you're getting a lot higher ratings as well.
And that's kind of the interesting thing is, so you're showing different things out here. They have such an extensive lineup of drop ball mounts, of additional designs just like this that have ratings well over 20,000 pounds. So they get into some incredibly high ratings. I'm sure the pintle attachment over there is pretty dang high as well.
Yes, yeah, you're getting into the 20,000 pound range over there with the pintle attachments as well.
So very cool. So quickly, I know in another video we already showcased your fifth wheel products, but let's just go over this again very quickly so you can kind of talk about.
This is our crosswing. This is the one that we utilize shock drop technology in it as well. This is a very simplistic system. Basically, the handle comes out, the head unit. This particular unit is about 5 to 7 pounds. It actually mounts to the kingpin and stays on the trailer. We also use a loop plate with this as well, so you get a nice smooth rotation, eliminating the grease or anything. Then, of course, if you notice the cradle is very unique and the way it settles into the cradle. So when this is mounted on the kingpin and the consumer's backing into it, it gives them a pretty big window to be able to hit and get that hitch to come down to where it can lock into place. So even if they're off to the side a little bit, it allows it to hit, and it's going to target it, and it's going to bring it and draw it back into place. Very easy. Set the handle, put the lock, and of course set your safety on it as well, and clip it into place. And if you'll notice on our safety loops, we even go as far as making sure it's channeled, so when you put it in there, it slides and locks right into place for the consumer as well.
That is very cool. You know, one thing that's really easy to say about CURT with products like this is, as innovative and new as this is, CURT is probably one of the most experienced when it comes to working with fifth wheel towing. Right, you guys produce a lot of the fifth wheel components that go in OEM trucks as well, Ford, General Motors, and Ram.
Not so much on the Ford side, we do some designs for them, but when you look at the General Motors side or the Ram side, we do a lot of work with those particular companies, as well as some others.
Yep, and I saw one of your hitches over there, 30,000 pound rated hitch. You guys have monster RV hitches if people need them for fifth wheels.
Correct. And what's unique about our fifth wheel lineup too is, let's go over to the Power Ride over here. I'm just going to use this as a temporary example. The way we design our systems with the center body and then the uprights, this gives us the ability to have flexibility with our product. So let's say a consumer goes out and he buys, or he has an older truck and he's already got a CURT fifth wheel hitch. And he goes out and he buys a new truck with a puck system in it. He wants to keep his hitch. Literally, he doesn't have to buy the entire hitch. He can purchase the uprights, bolt the uprights to the center section, and have the hitch that he needs and still have the product and help, you know, reduce a little bit of the cost for him.
Yep. One thing I like about your products as well is there's a focus on trying to get products lighter. I get that. But when you're talking about fifth wheels, you're talking about a lot of weight in two different directions, oftentimes 3 or 4 different directions when you're towing. And like, as cool as this looks, there's no waste in terms of material.
No.
The material thickness is very thick all around. Everything about this screams robust. 30,000 pound rated hitch. And why this is so important is, yes, this stuff is super hard to remove sometimes. Yes, you can take it apart, but it's nothing about it's going to be like lightweight, right?
Correct.
It's not going to be like aluminum. But what I like is the fact that you're producing products that are steel, that I was going to say steel made, but I said steel, but they're steel products that give people that sense of robustness, strength, that you really want if you're going to be hauling something really heavy down the road.
Yes. Well, there's another reason behind that too. So to build a quality hitch, because every product that CURT manufactures is SAE tested. Society of Automotive Engineering has standards that they put into place. In the heavy duty side, it's J2638. Well, that requires 900,000 cycles of testing. So when I say 900,000 cycles, basically we hook this up to this massive computer system with hydraulics, and it literally pushes and pulls on this hitch at maximum capacity for 900,000 cycles.
And it meets all the stopping, braking, acceleration, all of those
so
different
it's push and
stresses,
pull, and it's side to side, and it's check and pin weight as well. So we check that, and if there's any variances, the equipment automatically shuts down, and then we have to figure out where it failed and go back to the drawing board and build a better product. So
Tested to excess.
They're tested to excess to make sure that if the consumer does hook up extra weight, they've got a little bit of safety built into it as well.
Yep.
And that's what's really unique about the Power Ride. The Power Ride is the newest 30K to our lineup. This is more of the professional. When you get to the professional style, we've also got our new rail systems, which are going to 40K, and the mount bracket systems to match that weight capacity as well. We got a nice Teridium color on it to really make it stand out. What's really unique about our fifth wheel line, and when you look at our A series, even our Q series, we use a heavy poly torsion system in here. So in here on the front and back, it's got this nice heavy yoke which keeps the deck height level. We also insert it into the head areas to keep the deck height level. The other thing that it does, it eliminates all that noise that you get from driving down the road if it's not hooked up, all the clinking and clunking. Keeps the deck height perfectly level so that when you load and unload, you've got easy access to it. All of our hitches also have indicators on the back that tell you when it's hooked up and safe to tow, when it's disconnected, and when it's ready to tow. Yep. So the other thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to create a product that was going to be consumer easy to use, consumer easy to maintenance. So this particular model, I'm going to go ahead and close this jaw system. You're going to see we have 2 grease zerks for maintenance.
Yep.
That's pretty much the only grease points that you have, and all it does is grease the main shafts to keep the jaw system operating properly and smoothly. The other thing that we did is we listened to the consumers in the industry. In a lot of the hitches out there, being able to lean over the side of the pickup, pull the handle to unlatch it and latch it. So our engineers went to work and we came up with this. Basically, I can push this handle out with one finger. It's about a 1/2 inch push at about 8 pounds, and the jaw system is open and ready to go.
And then it automatically latches once you back
into it. Yeah, once you back into it, it's automatically going to latch it. The other thing that's unique about it, since it is a self-resetting handle, once that handle's been unopened and a consumer is backed out of it, now the jaw system is ready for the consumer to back into it at any time. What we found in the industry is a lot of consumers would go ahead and close the jaw system, and then next time they went to use the hitch, they would forget about it, and they try backing into it while the jaw system was closed, and then they would damage the jaw system. So by doing this, we eliminate that issue of the consumer closing the jaw unless he physically gets in here and does it, but it enables him to be able to back right into that hitch and know that it's going to do it. And of course, with all of our fifth wheel products, once you have backed into the hitch, you check your locking or your codes on the back to make sure that it's locked and ready to go. And before you tow, always do a tug test. The way you do your tug test is you raise the jacks off the ground a couple of inches, not all the way up, because if you do a tug test and it drops, you'd only want it to drop an inch or two versus 4 or 5 inches. So you get in, set the brakes on the trailer, put it in drive, give it a little tug, make sure that everything is coupled and ready to go.
Yep, but I like this as well. So once it's closed and you
cannot physically close it by hand.
Oh, okay. So it has to close with
it has to close with the jaw system. Correct.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
But once this is closed, the jaws are closed, and the pin is in, you're pretty much secure at that point.
Yeah, at that point you're secure. Now the other unique thing too, if you'll notice the jaw system in here, it's not perfectly in half. We get a little bit of a wraparound. So when you close the jaw system, it overlaps and locks into place. This actually gives you about 420 degrees kingpin contact versus 360. Now, normal hitches out there, you're going to see it's either a J hook that wraps around the kingpin, or it's two clamshells that come together, which give you 360 degree kingpin contact. We give you that extra support with our Casio or with our jaw system on that.
That is absolutely cool. Well, Keith, I really appreciate it. This is an awesome tour of most of your products. You guys have so many products that this is really a fraction of them. But yeah, this is absolutely cool. I really appreciate the time you've given.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Not a problem. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, now's a great time. Subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up, and we'll go check out some more stuff.